Okay. First of all, I welcome you all to this demo session of data analysis course. Today's class is going to be your first free class for this data analysis course at our institute. So myself Harish and I will be going to take the session for the next 1 hour of your time today. And the agenda of this particular demo session is to provide the students the basic understanding about the data analysis course. This end of this session will give you a clear idea about what is this data analysis, what are the things I'm going to learn, and how am I going to learn at this particular institute will be very clear for you. I'm pretty much sure with that. So overall, we are going to provide 3 free classes as part of this data analysis course. And among those 3 free classes, today's class is going to be your first free class. And for these 3 free classes, you no need to register. After the third free class only, if you are interested to continue, then the registrations will be starting. So if you can attend all these 3 free classes, I'm pretty much sure you will get an idea about what is going to happen for the data analysis course at our institute. Okay, not just one session will give you the clear idea. We are suggesting you to attend all the 3 free classes and get a good idea about what is being covered in this particular institute for data analysis from my side. Okay, so before I go ahead and start the session, I would like to introduce about myself first, then I will move forward. Okay, so my name means the trainer who is taking this session now, myself Harish, and I have 9+ years of teaching experience and working as a data analyst. Currently, I'm a working professional as a senior data analyst in the skills of Azure Databricks, PySpark, Python, SQL, Power BI, as well as Tableau. And in the area of projects coming from the domains of banking sector, financial sector, healthcare, and also in the telecommunication domain. And over the past 9+ years, I'm been into the teaching as well. In this data analysis technology being covered for multiple background of students. So whenever I'm going to start any batch for a data analysis, I will be going to make sure that particular batch is going to get the complete real-time knowledge on the data analysis course, who is going to work with me along the learning of the concepts and also the real world projects in this particular course. The examples that I'm going to share with you, the projects that we are going to do here will be going to give you the real-time exposure to the data analyst. How a person working in a data analyst in a company's knowledge will be same knowledge you can also gain here by the end of this 4 months duration course. So this particular session today, I would like to clear first of all few doubts that you are having in your mind with respect to the eligibility criteria, because whenever a student wants to learn a new course, they will be going to have a lot of doubts in their mind. Is it a correct course for me? Am I eligible to learn this course? And if I register for this, once I learn the course, how are the opportunities present in the market? Can I get a job or not? So these type of general questions every student would be having for sure. At least I will clear the doubts of eligibility criteria. Why? Because if after attending the complete 1 hour of session, if you came to know that I am not eligible, then it would be time waste for you, right? So I don't want you to do that. I will be first of all going to say who can attend this overall data analysis course. So I can say first of all, starting with first category of students, I can say freshers are eligible. Who are freshers? The students here who are let me say completed the graduation maybe 1 year back or 2 years back or 3 years back, or about to complete their graduation in their final years of graduation or post graduation. Those people I am calling as a freshers. Here you are coming from technical background of degree or non-technical background of degree also, no problem. You are a fresher, then that is sufficient that you are eligible to learn this course. And people who are having some career gap, let me say you might have completed the graduation some few years back, let me say some 5 years back or some 10 years back, you might have completed your graduation or post graduation, or maybe after that you might have prepared for some government exams and now you wanted to enter into the IT industry, that type of category of students are also eligible to learn this data analysis course. And the next category of students I can say here who might have attended the session is people who are already working. So you might be a working person in the IT side or non-IT side in some technology, and now you want to shift your focus to data analysis domain. So I can say these type of students are also eligible to learn this data analysis. So there might be one more common question, sir, I'm coming from so and so non-technical background. I don't have any programming knowledge or nothing I know. Still, can I able to learn this course? Is it suitable for me? This type of a question also you might be having. See, there is no prerequisite knowledge, meaning no prior knowledge is needed for any student here to learn this data analysis. Even if you are a student who are coming from so and so non-technical background who don't have any knowledge about any of the skills that I'm going to say, still no problem. You are going to learn this course well because I'm going to start every subject here from the basics onwards, which will make the learning very smoothful for you and very easy as well to start with us. So I can say no prerequisite knowledge, no prerequisite knowledge is required to learn data analysis in our institute, because other places I'm not sure whether they are going to start with the basics or not, but I am pretty much sure with our institute you are going to learn the data analysis from the basics in every subject until the advanced. No prerequisite knowledge is needed for any of you to learn this data analysis course. So that's a very much confident answer I can say. If you are a person who doesn't have any knowledge about any of these things also, you can understand and perform better in this course. Okay. So this is about some eligibility criteria just I wanted to cover. Maybe some of you have doubts with respect to this. I think you might have got your answers. Now, what is the next thing we are going to do is in our session today, which is an introduction knowledge to data analysis providing session, I would like to highlight the three W's of data analysis. So what are those three W's means? First of all, what is data analysis? Why you are learning this course? And where are you going to use this? So starting with the definition. Generally, when you are learning a new technology, you should know in and out about that particular course. That's the reason I'm starting with these three W's. So what is data analysis? If you observe this particular term called as data analysis, it is having two different words in that. First word is data, other word is analysis. What is meant by data? If you see any information you have, that can be considered as a data. So a simple word I can say is data means some information. An example, if you consider about yourself, your name, your date of birth, your contact number, your email ID, your Aadhaar number, your PAN card number, these are all I can consider as a information, nothing but data. This information, same information, if I gather from 100 students or 1 lakh students also, still it is a data only. Now, what is meant by analysis generally means, if you refer to any online place, it is saying that analysis means examining or else observing the things deeply. So this is what is meant by analysis. You're going to examine or observe the things deeply. That is called as process as analysis. Now, what are you going to examine or observe here? The data. That is what now you mix up these things. The data is what you are going to examine or observe deeply and find out what is present in that data. So mixed up these two words, the definition I can say it is the process. Data analysis is the process of analyzing the data to find the insights. So this is a definition I can say. Now have a look at this definition. I mentioned that it's the process. When I say process, it is nothing but there are multiple steps involved. How many means total 5 steps are involved. And I'm going to follow these 5 steps for analyzing the data and we are going to find out the insights. So this is another new word, right? Insights. What is meant by insights means, to be simple word I can put it in output of data analysis. You are performing some analysis of data and you are going to identify few things. That is what I'm calling it as an insight, output of data analysis. Alternate words for this is, for the insights, it is findings I can call. What you have found, that is nothing but your data analysis findings, or else you can also consider this as unseen trends. What is meant by unseen trends? The things which you can't able to see with your eyes without performing analysis, that is what is called unseen, which you can't able to see with your eyes, you can able to find that out by analyzing the data. So these 5 steps, what are those 5 steps we'll discuss. Okay, these 5 steps are used for analyzing the data to find out the outputs of that particular data, which is called insight. My suggestion is to remember this word insight, because we are going to use this term in many places. Okay, insight. Okay, now let me remove this. Now the next thing is, why are you learning this data analysis? Why data analysis is used? See, this question is your most important part of the entire demo session, because here you are going to get a good amount of understanding about our course. So to explain you this, there are two aspects you need to first of all have in your mind. First thing is, you are a student who are trying to learn some skill to get a job. Obviously, the ultimate aim here is to get a job. For getting a job, I need to definitely have knowledge about one of the skill set. And you might see in the market there are multiple, I can say hundreds of technical skills are there. Then why particularly data analysis do I need to learn? If I have so many skills like Java developer, Python developer, or it can be about the cyber security, or it can be about any other courses. So many are there in the market. Why particularly I need to learn this data analysis? That is one question you need to focus. And the next question is, how these companies are using data analysis, why they are using. You simply need to understand one thing. If companies are using data analysis, the meaning is they need employees to work on that. If they need employees, then they will come and conduct the interviews and give the jobs for the candidates, which means you are going to get a job only because the companies are using data analysis, right? Then why they are using data analysis, how they are using it, that also you need to understand. Then you will be able to find the answer why this data analysis is having good demand in the market. By the end of this question you will get the answer, you will understand that. But my suggestion is, you need to be looking at this question for most of our time in the demo session. Now I'll take some time, so carefully observe what is the reason behind you are going to opt for this data analysis, and why the companies are also using this data analysis. These two questions answers I would like to explain you by using two examples. Okay, interesting to observe. So focus. So I will be going to consider two examples. The first case or first example, I am considering a small retail shop. Okay, what is it I'm considering? A small retail shop I am considering. This retail shop, I can say, can be your normal nearby homes. You might able to see some small kirana store like that, right? That example only. So I am considering that there is a shop owner. That shop owner is making the notes of how much of sales happening on each and every day from last few months. So maybe how the data is going to look like, I am going to take an example. So consider that the shop is opening at 9 o'clock. So morning 9 o'clock, there is a customer who came to the shop and made a purchase of 100 rupees. So he mentioned the time, okay, at 9 o'clock. How much of sales? 100 rupees. This is the first customer. Then the second customer maybe came at 10 a.m. and made a sales of some 150 rupees. And there is a third customer who came at 9:15 a.m. and made a sales of some 50 rupees. Like that, the shop owner was making a note of all the sales that are happening. Let us consider the last customer came at 10 p.m. and this customer number is 50th customer on that particular day, and made a 200 rupees of sales. So whatever you are having here is considered as a data. Am I right? Clearly, the shop owner is just making the note of the time, at what time the customer came and what is the amount they spent. And by the end of the day, total 50 customers, this entire data is there. Now, how this data can be used? Simple example, I will say, what is the total sales happened on that particular day? How to find out the total sales? We add all these amounts. Take a mobile calculator, add 100 plus 150 plus 50, so on up to 200. Let's say it gave you some 5,000 rupees of sales. This will give you clear idea about how much of sales happened. And also you wanted to know how many customers count. How many customers came to my shop? 50 customers are there. I can clearly see that number. And what is an average sales? How to find out average sales, guys? What is the total sales divided by the count, number of customers, I mean to say, that is going to give you total 100 as a output. Average sales is 100. What is the meaning of this 100, guys? Average sales is 100. You found it. But what is the meaning of this 100 means if any customer comes to the shop, they are easily making at least 100 rupees of sales. Okay, if a customer comes to my shop, they're making at least 100 rupees of sales. May or may not be. Somebody might make 100 rupees, 500 rupees, somebody might make just 5 rupees also, but overall average is 100. This is very simple analysis, right? I can able to even perform something better than this. For example, morning 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. how much of sales happened, and from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. how much of sales happened, and from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. how much of sales happened. You can able to segregate your sales according to the time period. Let's say morning 1000 rupees of sales happened, and I can consider here other 12 to 5 p.m. there is other 1000 rupees of sales happened, and you also had from evening 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. you had some 3000 rupees of sales happen. So if you consider this one, overall it is going to be 5000. But instead of just saying my entire day 5000 rupees of sales, I'm able to say my sales according to the different times. So morning to 9 to 12, 12 to 5, and 5 to 10, how much of sales happened, you're able to write. By looking at this way, you can understand at what time in my shop most of the sales are happening. So I can target that 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. I am having more amount of customer flow and high amount of sales are happening. These particular insights, whatever you found here, is just because of this data. If you imagine, if this data, the shop owner was not making a note of it, it is highly impossible to find out these all insights that I have been driven. And what is the importance of these insights means, I will tell you with a simple example. So I mentioned that this data was making a note from last few months. Let's say I have this data for December 2025, November 2025, and January 2026, and current month of February 2026. So as every month, every day final sales I'm making the note of it. So I can able to add up entire month sales and write it here. Am I right? And you can able to compare, okay, in the January 2026, let's say some sales of 1 lakh rupees happened. In the previous December month, it was some 1,20,000 rupees happened. So compared to December to November, why my sales are increased, why my sales are decreased, and you can able to improve your business based on that comparison. These type of comparisons are also only possible if you store this data. If data is not there, highly impossible to do. The importance of data you need to understand here, and the importance of data analysis is here lying in such a way that shop owner can understand how the business is going on, where is the maximum sales happening, where is the less amount of sales are happening, how can I increase this sales now. That understanding of the business if you don't have, you are not able to improve on your business. To improve on your business, the data is helping there, and the analysis is adding upon that to find out the best things out of that data. This is the importance of data analysis with respect to the simple example. So in this particular case, I can say the importance of data analysis lies with respect to how that skills are helping there. But one more thing also I will say, to find out all these things whatever I have explained you, there is no need of any technical skills like Python or SQL or Power BI. Nothing is needed, right? Simply 50 customers. I am using normal mobile calculators to do everything. There is no need for the person to learn SQL or Power BI or Python or Excel. Nothing is needed, right? Keep it in this manner. Now I will take a next scenario, case number 2. I will explain. I am going to consider a company called as Zomato. What is Zomato is nothing but food delivery app. I think everybody know that. So this particular Zomato also will store the data of food orders they receive. How this owner was making a store of the data. How this data will be stored, guys? What type of information generally if you assume, if I place a food order today, they will make a note of, for my order, one ID will be generated, order ID. Then customer ID, who placed that food item, in which restaurant, what is the food item, and who is the delivery agent, what is the distance between the restaurant and the delivery address, how much of time taken to deliver it, and about the payment details with respect to, is it a cash on delivery or is it online payment? If it is an online payment, is it a cash like a UPI payment or is it a card payment? Which bank card? See how much of information is there here. So this amount of information they want to store for each and every order they receive in that particular company. So how are they going to store this data? Here it's hardly 50 customers you are making a note on piece of paper. Then how can these companies will store if they're getting approximately 8 lakhs of orders per day? In India alone, Zomato will get approximately 8 lakhs of orders per day. This much of huge amount of data, where are you going to store? It's not possible on a piece of paper. It's not possible on your laptops also, because laptop might hardly sufficient up to 2 GB or 2 TB of data. Hardly 1 month or 2 months you can store. Later, where you will go? And it is not even possible to handle the data is present in the laptop by multiple people can't able to handle. So that's the reason why we got into the databases, right? The servers, the cloud, these all things came into the picture because to store the large amounts of data, we can also consider that as a big data. Big data used to hoard it outside, right? Big data in the sense very huge volumes of data. So this amounts of big amount of data needs to be generally stored in these databases, servers or cloud, so that it will be easy to store even if it is a high amounts, and also multiple people can access that. If both of us are working in that company, if both of us are given the task to analyze the data, they will provide access to that particular database where your data is getting stored, and we can work in that parallelly also. If it is there in a laptop, how both of us can store it? So that's the reason these will be going to make your job easy to store the data. And if your data is sitting in this particular place, then you need the technical knowledge. Here it's a hardly 50. I don't said that I need SQL or Python or Power BI knowledge here, but here it is needed. Simple example why it is needed, I will tell you. Suppose the client is asking, can you please tell me what is the total number of orders and sum of sales I received in today's? How are you going to do? You have a data. You can't able to sit with a mobile calculator and add all this like how we have done in the previous example. Because 8 lakhs of orders, guys, 8 lakhs of amounts, different amounts will be there. So it's not possible to do with manual calculations or mobile calculators. That's where you need some technical knowledge. Maybe Python, maybe SQL, maybe Excel, maybe Power BI. Something is needed here. And within small seconds of time, you need to complete that activity by simply using some inbuilt functions like sum of. I'll write sum of sales. In any one skill, that will give you some amount. What is the total sales happened? Even it is very much quick than this. Even 50 orders you are able to do mobile calculator, it might take 5 minutes of time for you, but here it will be very much quick and accurate results will be there. So when your data is very huge, definitely you need some technical knowledge to do the analysis. And this particular data is everything for any company. Without this data, nowadays no company is running. This data is like a fuel for the company, just for your vehicle to move forward, how a petrol or a diesel is needed. In the same manner, for a company to get into profits and perform better, this data is acting like that. So this data, whenever you have, the analyst is going to do the analysis upon this particular data. And once you perform the analysis, you are going to find out the outputs, which we call with a name called as insights. Suppose a simple example I'll give you. Suppose let's say the client is asking, can you please find out how many orders I received in each and every city in the month of January and December? 2 months. So let's say I have taken some cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, and for the January how much, and for the December how much, like that. So you are able to find the count. Some numbers will come, number of orders. You will understand, okay, in which month, which city is performing better. From December to January, in which city number of orders are decreased or number of orders are increased. In that way, you can understand which city is performing better and which city is not performing better. You will clearly understand, so that you will get an idea, okay, my overall sales are less in this particular month because so and so place it is not performing better. You will understand where is the problematic place. If you don't know where is the problematic place, how can you improve your business? Right? So that type of decision making purpose is possible through the insights that you're able to find. Okay, what is these insights are used for? For the decision making purpose. Okay, for the decision making purpose, these insights are going to be used by the companies, and these decisions will be going to help the company in achieving the growth, because that's the final aim of the company, to increase the sales, to increase the profit. Here, whatever the example I mentioned is a very simple thing, right? Suppose if you want to make it more advanced, just think about it. The client is asking for every city how much of sales in the January or December only, but the small extra thing they added is, you should only tell me the sales or orders I received between afternoon 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, in that time frame only, and that order should be definitely a non-vegetarian order, and also the sales amount should be more than 500 rupees. Which are all the orders will satisfy this particular condition? Only those orders count, you write it here. Then you can compare. Suppose, let's say, you came to know that there is a city called as Hyderabad, in which my sales are decreased from December to January. In remaining cities, actually it is increasing, or is it almost same? But this is the city where it is not performing better, means you can make some decision saying, okay, let's give some offers to those customers and encourage those customers to place more number of orders. Instead of giving that offer for all the cities, you can only give for Hyderabad city, because remaining cities is not needed for you. They are performing better. Why unnecessarily you want to decrease your sales amount? If I don't know data analysis, you don't know where is your lagging. You might give offer for everybody and lose your amount. But instead, if I know where is a problematic area, I can only focus on that place, because remaining cities are performing better. So this type of business understanding, what is happening in the company, is everywhere needed nowadays to perform better, to increase their business opportunities. That is the reason why in the market you can see there is a huge demand for data analysis, because everywhere data is getting stored. And you can also imagine, there is no chance of something getting replaced with data. There is nowhere, no chance something will replace data. Nowhere. Even you can see some students used to ask me, sir, what is the impact of artificial intelligence on the data analysis? So I can say, even for an artificial intelligence to provide an answer for the question you ask, it needs this data. Just imagine, without data, who is going to provide you the answer? How it is going to provide you the answer? So we are a persons who are going to work in this particular data domain, which will come under the umbrella of artificial intelligence. Because of that, our jobs will not be at a risk. Just we can make our job easy, but it will not replace our data analysis. Because we are going to have some work in the projects that we are going to perform, even that is needed for this artificial intelligence models creation. That's the reason our artificial intelligence will not be impact our data analysis jobs. And also in our course, we are going to provide you this artificial intelligence usage on this particular data analysis also. So this course you can consider as the data analysis with artificial intelligence. Okay, I'll tell you that in the skills also, but as of now the topic came, so that is the reason I'm involving this point here. Our course here is going to involve with every skill and with an artificial intelligence tool as well, not just a normal traditional way of learning. Of course, we are going to involve some artificial intelligence tool also, how that will make our analysis easy. Okay, that point you should keep in mind. Again, I'll repeat this point in the end also. Now, let us see. Overall, this data analysis here is having a great demand. I guess everybody know that. Even you go to LinkedIn or Naukri also, you look for the data analysis jobs. Every type of student will have an opportunity. It's not just a fresher, it's not just an experienced. For everybody, the opportunities are there. And this particular course is having good career growth also. What is going to be career growth, guys? Suppose, let's say you have learned some XYZ skill today somewhere in the market and you got a job, fine. After getting the job, you might think it's over. No, you might need to improve yourself, right? For example, after 2 to 3 years, you want to switch the company to increase your package. Again, at that time also, whatever the skill you learned, if you want to switch means interview calls, you should get, right? If you're not getting interview calls, you might need to come continue the same job with the same less amount of salary. At the time, you think like, okay, let's go and learn some technology. Again you'll come here, somewhere you learn again one more technology. Money waste, time waste. Am I right or not? So that's the reason always my preference is to choose a course that should be long lasting, should not be just completed in 1 or 2 years and later you need to again come and learn new technology, means it is a tough for you also, and again lot of time waste and money waste for you also. So that's the reason my preference is learn this data analysis, You don't need to switch to any other new domains. In the data analysis only, you can improve yourself. You no need to completely leave data analysis and go for some other courses at anywhere in the future, because data domains are highly demanding. You will not get this demand anywhere for any course in the future also. Okay, and this particular thing is easy to learn. Why I'm saying easy to learn? Generally, you might think because we are teaching data analysis, that's the reason we are saying no. I can compare also whatever the statements I'm saying with proofs. Even you can compare later point of time. Whatever the technology you are going to learn the data analysis is very simple when you compare with any other technology in the IT field, because generally in the IT industry, in the software industries, you need most of the programming knowledge, any technologies. But in this data analysis, I can say very less amount of programming is involved. Even I know Python is there in our course, but still you are not needed to write on hundreds or thousands of lines of program like how Python developers are going to do. You are just going to use the functions present in that and write it. You are not expected to write down hundreds or thousands of lines of program, very big amount of lines of programs. Nothing is expected in the data analysis. That's the reason why it is one of the less programming involved job in the software industry. I can say out of 100 percentage, hardly you can see 25 percentage of programming might be involved, but rest of the things would be query language and Power BI tool in the sense nothing will be there in that. Already options will be there. You need to just learn how to use them. There is nothing difficult in learning at that time. So that's the reason in the software industry, even so many students, we have an experience teaching this from so many years. We used to get most of the non-IT people also, because they don't have any technical knowledge, but they want to enter into software industry. They'll pick up this data analysis because it is easy for them to transform. So in that manner, I have seen so many students who have opted for this data analysis coming from non-technical backgrounds and entered into the jobs. So that is the reason why I'm saying it's a very easy to learn course for anybody. It is. So this better than data analysis. What else we can opt for to get into the job? If you go for other technologies, of course, you will find less number of opportunities. If you attend more interviews, then there is a more chance of getting into the job. To get more interviews, more demand should be there for that course. Otherwise, you will hardly get any interview calls. That's the reason this data analysis is the best one to go in the current market scenarios. And keeping in the future in mind, you no need to switch to any other new domains. But because definitely I can say this AI is going to have a lot of impact on other technologies for sure. But this data analysis, which is under the umbrella of our artificial intelligence, will improve your chances in the future more. Okay, so this is the reason why you need to opt for data analysis course. So I told you we are going to spend a lot of time on learning this question, why data analysis is used. This is the ultimate reason. Okay, now out of this entire discussion, I will say just one statement with respect to the company's point of view. These particular companies or businesses, anything you say, are using data analysis insights for decision making purpose. Okay. Thus, thus that particular decision will improve the growth. Okay. So the companies are using these data analysis insights for the decision making. This improves the growth of that particular company. So that is the reason behind why you are learning this data analysis. Now let us go for our next question. Where are we going to use it? Where data analysis is used? So there are so many opportunities present in the market with respect to different companies. But let me target with respect to the type of business. Okay. Starting with e-commerce. When I say e-commerce, first company comes to our mind is Amazon, Flipkart, and Walmart. These are some of the world's biggest e-commerce giants. And I can say a Zepto like quick commerce companies like a Blinkit or Instamart, and food delivery apps like Zomato, Swiggy, and you can say online ride booking apps like Uber, Rapido, and you can still consider the companies of online shopping like Mintra, Azio, Misho. These companies might look very small for you because you are daily using it, but these are the main companies which are heavily generating data. Just imagine yourself. I am pretty much sure you might have used one of these apps in the last 3 days or 4 days, also, even most of you, for some purpose. Whenever you use this particular app, how you have used that data will be stored in the background. Am I right or not? If you go for any online payments also, let's say you're using some phone pay or a Google Pay to perform your online transaction. Even you pay 1 rupee of amount also, that transaction will be noted down in the background. Even you can see in your mobile what are the transactions I performed in the, let's say you are using it in from last 3 4 years. You wanted to see in the last year of February month, what are the transactions I performed. You can able to easily find it. How you are able to find it? Because your transactions are getting stored in the company. That way only it is possible. Otherwise, how can they store your information of last year transactions? Imagine the importance of data here. I wanted you to imagine the importance of data. If you understand the importance of data, then obviously analyst is needed for that company to analyze the data. Then who are going to handle the data? Then we are going to handle the data. Okay. So I can say still the banking related companies, any type of bank, you take SBI or ICICI or HDFC, or insurance related companies, or investment related sector, everything with respect to the banking, I am saying all of them are using data analysis. And I can say in the healthcare, when I say healthcare, it can be hospitals or it can be the pharmaceutical companies which are going to use data analysis. Okay. And I can consider the education backdrop companies, manufacturing related type of companies, and even I can say even sports and games also. Any type of sports and games you take, there also we are going to use this data analysis a lot for improving the gameplay of the players who are playing in that particular match. And also you might have observed when you're watching any live cricket match, for example, you might able to see some type of visuals they will show in the between the matches also. For example, you can consider there is a bar chart in so and so over how many runs the team scored. They will even compare also in the first over. Suppose team A and team B are there, they'll say okay, team A scored these many runs and team B scored these many runs in the first over. In the second over, like this, they'll even show this comparison of scores also, line chart, how the scores are being scored, first over, second over, third over, fourth over. They'll show this type of graphs and all. What are these? Actually our data visualization, which is part of data analysis. These are all visuals we call. Different names. This is a bar chart. This is a line chart. You might also see how many runs a batsman has scored in different parts of the ground. So straight how much, leg side how much, offside how much. This percentage of runs will be shown on a pie chart. This is what we call pie chart. So different types of visuals are shown in the live telecast of cricket match or any type of sport also you can consider. These all need data analysis only. How they are going to perform without data analysis? It's not possible. Right? Now next, you can even consider it is being used in the entire software industry. There is no doubt, even in the IT industry or non-IT industry, anything you can call, and it is there in the complete transportation industry, the supply chain management, the retail companies. So many types of things are there which are using this data analysis. There is a high demand present in this market. Okay, so these are the three W's I wanted to teach you people from the last close to some 40 minutes of the time. We explained first of all what is data analysis, why you are using, and where we are using. I think this gave you a pretty much nice idea about what is this course. But let me explain you what are the skills you are going to learn in this course. We are going to teach you Excel, statistics, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Python. These are the technical skills which we are going to teach in this particular data analysis course. These skills are going to be covered in every skill from basics to advanced. Whichever the skill you consider, even before joining in this course, let's say you don't have any knowledge about any of the skill, let's say Excel also, no problem. We are going to start everything from the basics. Every skill that is being mentioned here is going to be starting from basics to advanced. Even if you don't have any knowledge, we are going to easily learn this. The way the examples we are going to teach, the projects we are going to cover, you can able to easily understand. And as I already mentioned, I am working as a data analyst currently. How these skills even we are using in a company also, we can able to provide you as a live examples. That will make sure not just learning the skills, but how to apply also you will know. That is most important thing, because when you go for an interview, they will ask you how did you apply these particular concepts, where did you use this. They will not ask just theoretical questions and give you the job, right? I will ask you about your real time exposure to this. how you used this. How come you know if you just learn what is this so and so concept means, that will not give you the job. You need to have a practical knowledge. That practical knowledge you can able to gain in our institute. Okay, so this basics to advanced with a lot of projects being covered, I can say 15 plus real time projects is going to be taught for you. Real time or live projects, anything you can call that. Okay, 15 plus real time or live projects are going to be covered for you in this data analysis course. From basics to advanced will be covered. And also we are having the internship program with us. Internship program with us, where you can also do some extra projects in the internship which will be done by you. Here these projects which I am going to explain, and some projects which need to be done from your side also. And this internship program is also available with us, where we are going to provide you 6 to 1 year of, mean 6 months to 1 year of duration internship. This student has done internship with our company, because ours is a registered company. You are going to get 6 months to 1 year of internship certificate. Even this certificate will be going to be helping you in filling the gap what you have. For example, let's say you're having some career gap, you can use this internship certificate saying I have worked in so and so company on these data analysis projects, this is my proof. Even the certificate we are going to provide for you is a validatable, I mean to say it is easy to validate. Suppose some companies will give you some internship certificate where they will not validate it. If you show this certificate to anybody, if they call for the background verification, they will not clear the background verification. But here, we are going to maintain a separate database. For every certificate, a proper registration ID. We are going to validate it from our side. No problem you will be going to face for the internship certificate validation. So that type of internship program is also being conducted by us. So which you are also going to be part of it. So this particular program along with the internship program and also with artificial intelligence skills or tools will be will be covered for each skill. Okay, with each skill there will be an artificial intelligence tool will be explained. Some of the tools here will have inbuilt artificial intelligence, and which is not having will separately teach you in that particular tool. Okay, so in this manner the course you can consider this is an artificial intelligence involved skill set, which will have some extra benefit for you with respect to the other students who are having. Okay, and this particular course you are able to get a lot of data sets for you to practice on the day-to-day basis. Day-to-day notes will be sent for you, what I'm currently writing, that type of notes. Apart from that, you are able to get the materials also. What is meant of material? Suppose if I show you one example, this is SQL material, like a PDF, which is like a textbook for you, which I am only prepared that. So you can see this way, it's like a textbook for you, which is going to be there for you to prefer or refer this particular one for your knowledge purpose. Otherwise, anyhow, day-to-day notes will be there. Whatever the queries we are going to write will be sent. But in this way, a proper PDF also will be shared for your practice purpose. Okay. And apart from that, most important things will be recording. Suppose recordings, if you miss any class tomorrow, okay, you are going to get the recording so that you will not miss anything. And even you attended the class today, you want to have one more time listen to the same skill, you can able to go through the recordings. So the recordings access will be there for each and everyone who are going to register with us, and the view access for the recordings will be provided. Okay, and assignments will be provided for you people for the practice purpose. Okay, along with the assignments, you are also going to get the exams for you to improve yourself on that particular skill set. Okay, and you can see how properly we are going to even organize all these things also. You can see this is one of a completed drive will be going to use for you to share these assignments, the data sets, the entire notes, and the project details, the recordings, everything you are going to gain for this particular course in a more without any confusion, more clear, and no confusion will be there for the students to access any of this. Okay, so along with these guys, we are also going to provide you the help for the recording, sorry, the resume building of the things, because without resume you can't able to get a job, right? So resume, how you can able to prepare, how to place the projects that we have discussed here in the resume, and how can you explain those projects in the interviews, those things we are going to cover for you here in the resume building class. So along with the resume building class, we are going to even conduct the mock interviews for the students to perform better in the actual job interviews. And also we are going to provide you the important interview questions as well. Okay, important interview questions as well we are going to provide for you, so that you can perform much better in the actual interviews. And along with these things, you can get the placement assistance from our institute side until you get the job. And this placement assistance also, we will be going to check the students knowledge after the course. Once the student is capable, then we'll move for that student to internship program and the placement assistance also. So otherwise, if a student is not able to clear our interview first, again, we'll suggest the student to go through the course, maybe recordings, or attend the live session one more time. We are not charging anything extra for that, and they can able to improve themselves and come back again. So in that manner, the placement assistance is going to be available. And along with that, you can see here the course completion certificate will be provided. So internship certificate will be different, course completion certificate will be different. Okay, along with this course completion certificate, we are also providing an extra advantage for our students through the cloud certifications. So we are going to assist you people on achieving these Microsoft Azure certifications. For these certifications to get, you need to write an exam of Microsoft. Once you clear the exam, you will get the certification. So these, I'm not just suggesting you Microsoft. If people are interested in Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud Platform, anything you can opt. But I am suggesting Microsoft Azure certifications. You need to write an exam and you need to gain the certificate. For this, how to prepare, which exam you need to target, and that guidance path we are going to provide for you in this course. Okay. So these Microsoft Azure certifications are really going to help you in separating lot of students and you, because everybody will have in their resume Python, Power BI, SQL. Then for whom they are going to provide the interview calls means who are having some extra special skills like these type of certifications and the projects. So that's the reason these certifications are really handy for you, which will definitely improve your chances of getting into the interviews. And the complete duration of this course is going to be 4 months of program. It's a time taking one because the skills are there. You need to understand very deep with respect to the projects and all. But you don't need to worry about the duration. I will tell you why. The classes will be daily, Monday to Friday, daily 1 hour of class. On few days of Saturdays also, 1 hour of class will be taken. Okay. And the class timings. The class timings are morning 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We have a batch in both offline and online, and this is both offline and online. And also, we are also having the other timings also. Okay, other timings also, which we have in the evening time 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., which is in the online mode. We have a class. If anybody here are working persons, you can even enroll in the 7 to 8 p.m. We just started 2 days back only. If anybody are interested in that 7 to 8, you can join in that as well. We have just 2 classes or 1 class only we have done, so you can enroll in that also if you want any evening batch which is in the online mode. Apart from that, we also have morning 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in again both offline and online. Morning session both 9 to 10, 10 to 11 are offline and online. Only 7 to 8 p.m. is in the online mode in the evening times. Okay, but whoever register in whichever the batch can come for both offline and online. We are not going to stop. Few days offline, few days in online, your choice. You can able to join according to your preference, but we are saying both offline and online classes will be there at the same time. How the demo is happening in both offline and online now, same way the classes also will be conducted. Okay, and if anybody are looking for an offline location, the office is at Amirpet, the Hyderabad, near to the metro station. So whoever is looking for an offline location, even our team will help you. My preference is come for offline sessions if you are available. Otherwise, no problem in online also. We have a lab facility also available. You can sit here until evening and you can practice it. Okay. So even our support team will be there to help you people in solving your doubts. Okay. So we have a close to some 50 member seating capacity of lab facility. You can come and practice here until evening. Now, what are the some flexibilities I can say we are providing from our side? Because I told 4 months of duration. If anybody don't want, how can we reduce that also, we'll tell you. So first flexibility I want to say is, suppose let's say I'm a student, I enrolled in this 10 to 11 class. Let's say I attended the SQL classes. For the first time I'm listening to the SQL. By the end of the entire SQL batch, I will feel like if I can get one more time chance to attend the same sequel, I might able to learn better now because the first time only I listened that. So if I get one more chance, then definitely my knowledge will improve. Somebody definitely will feel like that. So at the time, in other places you won't get a chance, but here we are allowing you people to attend any skill in any batch for any number of times. Suppose the same SQL classes, if you are starting at 9 o'clock, we'll inform everybody. So on so time we are starting the SQL classes. If you're interested, you can come and join for the first time or second time also, no problem. You can come and join so that you can again attend. You can gain your knowledge better. So that's the reason I can say a student can attend. A student can attend any skill any number of times in any batch also. It's not needed that, sir, I attended only 7 to 8. If any new skill is starting in the morning time, can I attend in the morning time also? Yes, of course. In any time you can attend. I will only inform everybody saying so on so time we are starting this so on so skill set. So please come and join. Even we are starting a new batch at 10 to 11 with your batch. Even I'll inform other students who registered earlier also. So on so place we are starting a batch. You want to listen to the same skill second time, you come and attend again. And one more important thing is here you no need to pay any extra amounts for this. You don't need to pay any extra amounts for that. And one more important flexibility is also there. Let's say I told 4 months of duration, but sometime you feel like 4 months is very more, sir. We can't able to wait for 4 months. You want to complete in 2 months or 3 months. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But for that, we are going to suggest the students to attend daily 2 hours or 3 hours of class. Suppose let's say you attend morning 10 to 11. You also attend evening time 7 to 8 both. As I mentioned, just 2 days back only we started. You attend there also. You come and attend 10 to 11. Both you attend. Morning one subject, evening one subject. Two different subjects in a day. So that you can complete your more skills in less number of duration. It will save a lot of time for you also. And again, I'm saying we are not forcing anybody to do this. It's your choice. If you are interested to join multiple classes, you join. Otherwise, just no problem, just attend 1 hour. And for this also, we're not charging any extra amounts. It is also with the river registration fees only. So a student can complete the course in less time duration by attending multiple batches without paying any extra amounts. Okay. And suppose let's say you attended 7 to 8 p.m. You attended Python classes, but again you are not so confident. Again you want to attend one more time, no problem. Anyhow, in the 10 to 11 also you'll get Python. You attend there also one more time, second time Python, or second time SQL, or third time Python. No issues. You can attend any skill any number of times in any batch and even multiple classes per day to complete your course in less time duration. Usually in the market for this type of less time duration, they will call as a fast track batch and they will even charge double the registration fees. But here we are not doing it. We are allowing the students to attend multiple classes. No problem, no issues. Okay. So in this manner, you can able to get much more better flexibilities with our institute. So today's class overall, I focused on providing you the introduction knowledge to data analysis course. I didn't touch much of it technical things to explain you this data analysis because it's a first class. I don't want to touch much of a technical things, but I gave you overall idea about what is this course is about, what are you going to learn and how are you going to learn. But more important things with respect to the skills, I know I didn't told anything about the skills. What is SQL, why you are learning that, what is importance of Power BI in this data analysis, why you have Python, is it okay without Python, can I learn, like general doubts. That doubts will be getting cleared in the second free class because I'm going to explain you about each and every skill, what is the importance of each and every skill in this data analysis, how to get extra job opportunities by learning all of these skill set, and at about the duration of each skill, what is the tool we are going to use. And also at the beginning of our definition, I told process means 5 different steps will be there. What are those 5 steps? How are you going to use these skills in those steps? Like so many things are there to discuss in more technical manner. I don't want to touch that because of the introduction session today. In the next free class, we are going to teach you those things in more technical manner. That's going to be our second free class out of 3 free classes. Fine. So we are going to stop up to here for today. We'll inform you about the second batch timings. It will be most probably the next Wednesday or Thursday. We are going to have the second free class going to be starting at 10 to 11 or 11 to 12. in that place. Okay. So let me stop up to here for today. And if you have any doubts, no, you can ask.